evening, everybody. I'm Omnidog, welcoming you to Omnibros Live. Free entertainment. That's right. You don't pay, we pay you. Joining me tonight, Frozen Geo and Comics Guide. Geo 3.0. Why are you frozen?
Because apparently people like to point that out, that I freeze all the time on stream. So, Frozen Geo. Hi, everybody.
It's 30 degrees here with 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Wow.
Oh, you're frozen, pretending to be frozen now? Oh, you were frozen.
He really was. He wasn't pretending.
That's my new talent.
That is funny. Lou, how are you doing?
Good, man. How's it going?
I'm doing well. I can only be on the show tonight, and we have a lot of people joining us.
Mm-hmm.
I can only be on the show tonight till 8:15 because my wife and daughter want to see the football game live.
Aye.
And to fill that 15 minutes, Lou has been kind enough to accept the challenge that I threw. Hi, Leslie. How you doing? Lou, hey, Venomni Dog. I threw out not a challenge last week. Well, first of all, this is Hall's Previews and Reads. We're sponsored by, well, I should probably say is to do the promo first before we get into the challenge. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 65% off in some cases. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. At the end of every month, we have a IST gift card giveaway to a lucky viewer, courtesy of IST, for $50 store credit. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. It's InStockTrades.com. Oh, James, I'm so sorry. Mom versus Reptile has to wait till next week.
Yep.
I know, it's who didn't do their homework. Well, we didn't do our homework at all. Because I have to bounce in 11 minutes. But hey, from Israel, what's going on, Eldar? And Sazmurf, I'm leaving in a couple minutes so I can see the game. Okay, so what are we talking about? Arby's has a sandwich. I subscribed to Thrill List, and I get about 90 emails from them a day. And one of them that caught my attention, was an Arby's sandwich, chicken sandwich, that was so spicy, they give you a free milkshake with it.
Right.
What caught my attention was its ghost pepper cheese on well, I guess maybe, Lou, do you know what's in it, or did you just get the sandwich?
So I got the brisket version. There's the brisket and there's the chicken one. I got the brisket one because I figured the brisket would upkeep a little bit better because I picked it up on the way home from running errands today, so it's been a few hours.
Okay.
So I know it's the ghost pepper cheese. There's a spicy sauce on. I'm not entirely sure exactly what else is in there.
There's spicy sauce, and I think there's chopped up habaneros in it.
I'm all game for that.
Okay.
I love spicy food.
I don't think Lou's going to flinch at all on this. I think he's a spicy food expert, but I just sent it to him and I said, Lou, check this out. And he said, I'm in.
Yeah.
So we should do it for the show.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, so the Arby's, we're not taking any money from Arby's, by the way. Our sponsors, Stock Trades, they did not sponsor this sandwich. Arby's spicy brisket sandwich. There it is. Do you want to highlight him, Gio?
This looks really good, actually.
Oh, what kind of bun is that on?
Dude, I don't even know. It's a brioche, I want to say.
Brioche? I wonder if it's spicy.
It's got peppers falling out of it, so that's a good sign. I'm all in for this. All right, ready?
Bros. Okay, let's see what it tastes like. Brisket, spicy brisket.
Okay.
I imagine the spice would hit afterwards more.
It's a delayed reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's building up heat.
Mm.
It's actually pretty good.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's that bad.
Why? How is it on? Take another bite and tell me how it is on the spice meter. Like, how spicy is this thing? You may need to take a few bites.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, shove the whole burger in your mouth.
Okay. The spice is really in the sauce.
Okay.
That's really where you get a lot of the kick from.
Mm-hmm.
There is a delay to it. Honestly, it reminds me of it's not as bad as you would think of a jalapeno. Like if you bit into a jalapeno,
Yeah.
it's probably the equivalent of that, maybe a little bit more.
Oh, really? Oh, when I saw ghost pepper cheese, I thought people have to like sign a document to eat ghost pepper cheese or ghost peppers rather, because they're like terminally spicy.
It was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'd kill about 2 more. I'd kill about 2 more of these.
Ah, so you're liking it.
I do, but I love spicy food.
Yeah. So, okay.
Go, man. I'm recommending it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it wasn't so spicy that you flipped your lid. It was just spicy enough for you. What kind of milkshake did you get?
Just a vanilla.
Uh-huh. Oh, you probably had to drink that already, or it'd be all watery.
Yeah, it's not bad, dude. Honestly, I recommend you try it. It's I mean, on a spice scale, probably about a 5.
5. 1 through 10, you think it's a 5?
About a 5 to 6. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay.
It is gradually, like I taste it, and it's gradually building up more and more in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
It's not something where it's unbearable. I've had bomb sauce. I've wanted to try forever that ghost pepper chip, but I've just never been brave enough to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's tolerable.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your sacrifice for the show. Going out, getting the spicy sandwich. Awesome.
Yeah, I recommend it, man.
Okay, good. I do want to find something that's too spicy for you. So I'm just going to keep paying attention. I can't imagine that a burger place would put out something that's like unbearable. It still has to be spicy enough to be spicy, but it can't be so spicy you can't eat it.
That's true. I mean, I like putting Tabasco sauce on my eggs, so
yeah,
I'm that kind of guy. It's good.
You need to get the one chip challenge thing then.
Yeah, I forget, what is that again now?
I am terrified of that.
It's a potato chip seasoned with ghost pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what the challenge is.
You're supposed to eat it and hold out like a couple minutes without drinking any water or milk or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's the one chip challenge from Bucky.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
To see if you're mad enough. I don't know.
Well, I have 5 minutes to talk about comics. We can.
Well, I got one question for you about comics.
Okay.
Actually, 2. You can answer them real quick. Dean, Jess, will you be getting the Ultimate X-Men Omnibus? And how do you guys feel about the Ultimate Universe?
I'm sticking with my oversized hardcovers of all of the Ultimate. I feel like I have everything released in hardcover from the Ultimate Universe. I have heard. Well, first of all, so I won't be getting the Omni. As far as the Ultimate Universe goes, I love the Ultimates by Mark Millar. I heard that Mark Millar's part in Ultimate X-Men. I heard that's really, his part is good, but I've heard that Ultimate X-Men kind of goes up and down a lot, and I haven't heard anybody say anything about Ultimate Fantastic Four. So I've only read halfway through Ultimate Spidey and the Ultimates, but I need to read Ultimate Comics Avengers and then all the other Ultimate books. It's part of my goal this year reading to finish Ultimate Spider-Man. I do highly recommend Ultimate Spider-Man. 100%. No, I know Shardy Larson. It hasn't started for 3 minutes. That's why I'm doing that. Jerk.
I think the important thing about Ultimate Fantastic Four is Reed Richards. because a lot of stuff spun out from his character in the last few years.
Dofi is saying Ultimate Fantastic Four is really good.
It's awesome. One of my favorites.
Oh, really? Okay, good. Ultimate Fantastic Four. So you guys are giving it pretty high marks.
That was
I loved it.
You loved it.
Final question for you, Jess. Thoughts on Jeff Johns returning to Flashpoint Beyond?
Well, well, that universe doesn't exist anymore, right? So we're just going to pretend that it. Well, okay, comics, but so it's just going to be Thomas Wayne's as a casino owner in the Flashpoint universe.
I don't know.
I feel like it's my favorite Batman story ever. I don't know how you're going to get any better than the Batman story from Flashpoint by Brian Azarello. I'm going to have to see it to judge it. I shouldn't prejudge anything, but how do you get more interesting than that story? I mean, Jeff Johns is great, don't get me wrong, but is Thomas Wayne really that interesting? I guess we're going to see, because he wasn't the most interesting thing in that story.
Yeah. Well, it says here that the series will focus on Thomas Wayne, the doctor turned crime fighter, will hunt the Clockwork Killer, leading into a showdown with Aquaman in Europe.
Okay, so it's the Flashpoint universe. Somehow it exists
again,
and Aquaman's still king of the seas and has a what happened to Aquaman and Wonder Woman? Did either of them die in Flashpoint? I can't even remember.
I think they just canceled each other out, right? And the fight, and then the big blur happened, and everything got erased.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll wait to see how it is. I'm pretty interested. Okay.
Takes place after Flash restarts.
It's the Earth One Batman is, and so it's okay with me. And Rose Gray, I did not see that at age 12. Bears, and it's 8:15. Vault on YouTube. OmniDog _ Arby's for their hot brisket sing. Love you, Lou. Love you, chat. Every peace and love. Hot.
Yeah, that was a weird outro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just now has a robot voice. I thought it was me, and I was a little bit worried. I don't know what was happening there.
All right, so I'm gonna call BS on all those people that have like those TikToks saying, "Oh my God, it's unbearable and spicy." It's not that bad.
A lot of people, they just don't have the tolerance for that stuff. But you know, it's a burger for mass consumption. It's not going to be like extremely spicy. So.
Yeah, it's not bad. I actually would kill another one. It's pretty good.
I'm glad it's not me for once. Transformers Jess, what is happening? Ultron took over Jess or what? I need to replay that after we're done, because that was awesome and creepy at the same time. And I thought, what is happening? Is it me that's everything's shutting down? But apparently it was his connection or something.
Everybody's hyped about that Moon Knight trailer, man. I've never seen so much love for Moon Knight.
I was going to talk about it Wednesday, but yeah, sure. Okay.
Is that supposed to be tonight? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I made a funny observation on Twitter because I thought the image that people were sharing was kind of goofy looking, but that's just my opinion. I'm still excited for the show, but I know how people get defensive about this stuff, so I didn't want to talk about it too much. I guess I can share the photo. Give me a second here. You guys be the judge. It's just a funny observation. No need to get upset. Give me a second here. Looking through my Twitter. Where is it? Okay. Open image. Share. Okay, so this is the image that everybody was sharing from the little teaser. And I said, it looks like a fun show, but I cannot unsee that grin and big nose.
I hate you for that because now I can't see it either.
He looks like the Joker bandaged up or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where it just looks like that because it's a freeze frame, and in motion it's not going to look like that. But I thought it was pretty funny.
It's a bad still. Honestly, it's a bad still for the image. I bet in motion it's going to look a lot better. Yeah. I remember people losing their shit when the leaked image of Daredevil came out with that suit. Everyone was like, "Wow, this does not look good," and it looks great on the show. I think it does.
Yeah. I didn't think the image was real, so I didn't press play. That is a terrible image of Moon Knight. Sorry, guys. Peacemaker is awesome, dirty, and kinky.
I love Peacemaker.
I haven't heard the word kinky in ages. Thank you, Eldar.
Peacemaker is a show that's made for me and Gabe, and I think me and Gabe only. I love that show.
I think it's James Gunn's best work so far.
I agree.
It's really good.
I agree.
I'm the only person who dislikes Peacemaker. It's awful. I love how trashy the show's soundtrack is. It has glam metal and 90s rock bands covering modern songs. Like there's a One Direction rock cover, and there's a bunch of weird cover songs of popular music. I love that. It's so unorthodox for a superhero show.
My favorite bit is Eagly, when Eagly hugs him in the garage.
Oh yeah.
I died laughing in my living room.
And there's a small little detail on the opening because people are pointing out about the intro. The intro is glorious. I love it. You can't skip the intro. And at the end, when Eagly sticks the landing and opens his wings, he misses his cue on the floor, and he looks down and hops over to the proper stance. And that small little detail, I really appreciate. I'm like, damn, this is awesome. I love it. So watch the intro again, and you'll notice that Eagly misses his cue, which I thought was cute and funny as hell.
Oh my god, man. I'm so down. I honestly am so down for this show. It's great. Somebody asked in the chat, does James Gunn work better on the DCEU or the MCU? I think he works better so far for the DCU, personally.
Yeah.
But they give him more freedom. He's not constrained.
There's a lot more creative freedom with the R rating.
Yeah, he gets the MA rating, he gets the R rating, he gets to do whatever the hell he wants. And that's the thing, James Gunn's past is trauma. He was doing trauma films and rated R stuff before he jumped into the MCU stuff. And nobody had ever heard about him until the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. Even though everybody should watch Slither and Super, because they're both great movies.
Oh, yeah. Can't unsee it now, Gio. Thank you. No problem, buddy. Mr. Tex, my man, he came back with the review of Godzilla Half Century War. I appreciate that. You are the Omnibro of the week, Mr. Tex.
Go, man.
I really enjoyed Godzilla, the 30 Years War. It felt like I was reading a kaiju version of Moby Dick. That's sort of one of the feels of the book, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love letter, man, to the Toho-verse, at the monsters and Godzilla. And it's just a great book overall with wonderful art.
Did I ever ask you what's your favorite Godzilla movie?
My favorite Godzilla movie? Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Okay.
Terror of Mechagodzilla. I'm doing my top 5 basically. Shin Godzilla. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah,
Hmm.
and the original Gojira
Okay.
from 54, 55, 54.
Hmm.
That's my top 5. One of those 5 films is my favorite. I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough to put them in.
I love them all, honestly. They're all great. But those are like the top 5 right now that I can name.
Which one was the one that he dies in? Where they try to overload him he's overloading with nuclear radiation? It's a classic, and I can't remember the name of it.
Versus, oh my gosh, the crab monster, Destroya, where he rages out in like red with
Mhm.
atomic energy.
Yeah, it was a heartfelt ending.
Godzilla 1998 didn't make that list. I know it's a terrible movie, but I saw it as a kid and I really enjoyed it. It was my first time watching a Godzilla movie in theaters, so
Same.
I still have fond memories of it. I don't have it on Blu-ray or anything, but I still have my old DVD, if that counts.
There is a 4K cut of it if you want to pick that up.
There's a 4K of that.
Yep.
I don't know why, but it's out there. Hello, famous people on the internet. We're not that famous. Come on.
No. Mm-mm.
You guys are more famous than us.
Mhm.
Ooh, that movie is trash. I'm not going to debate that. I just, 10, 11-year-old me would disagree, but me right here would agree. Walked out of the theater. Man, I had a lot of fun watching that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this is kind of awkward because we both didn't haul anything, right? You didn't haul anything?
No.
I was counting on Jess to be here for at least half of the show because he always hauls stuff. And I just made a huge order from something from In Stock Trades. I can't remember what. And Right Stuff. And that was at the beginning of December. I've talked about it previous episodes. One box arrived and the other finally shipped. So you should see it in like a week and a half. I don't know. A bunch of manga and stuff. But yeah, no hauls today. I'm sorry, gang. Reads. I just put out a video. Talk about that real quick on my channel reviewing The Brave Tuber. It's a little manga series, slice of life, about these characters that live in a fantasy world, like swords and sandals and dark fantasy, where they have internet and they have social media, and they post videos on WizTube instead of YouTube, like WizardTube. And I assume it's running off of magic and not electricity. And the two main characters, one is a heroic knight with a magical sword that the spirit of said sword comes alive, and it's a young girl. And they're both trying to be the next social media influencers in that world, fighting against the Dark Lord and killing off monsters and becoming famous by having a lot of subscribers. So it's a nice parody of today with social media. Not the best material, honestly, but still a fun read nonetheless. I enjoyed
Cool. Cool, man.
it. And comic book wise, comic book wise, not for this episode, but I do have with me. Oh shoot, what was it? I can't find it. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. I'm going to be reviewing that next Monday for you guys. So I need to finish that. I was supposed to finish, and I was going to surprise everybody and review it tonight, but I forgot. So next week, I'm going to review it here. How about you?
Me, I didn't get a chance to read anything. I've been super busy this past week. We're coming up towards the end of the 9 weeks. Yeah, we're coming up towards the end of the 9 weeks. But I want to ask you, because you didn't get a chance to be on the Omnis, what was your favorite? You could throw manga into this for the sake of not being so, spread thin or anything. But what was your favorite book that you read last year?
Oh man, I gotta be honest. I did not keep tabs of what I was reading, but if I had to pick something out right now, would say number 5 from Taiyo Matsumoto was probably one of my favorite reads of last year.
Okay.
Really cool Euro comic inspired manga, a story about this alternate Earth with numbered assassins. One of them gets taken out, and the others are trying to figure out who committed the crime and why. And obviously, you know who it is. And there's a lot of cool stuff there. If you like manga and Taiyo Matsumoto, he's an expert at that craft, and his art just looks phenomenal. It really reminded me of Mobius in manga form. So yeah, I have heavily recommend that book.
Okay, sounds cool.
And what was the book? Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this. What was the book that I read that was very synthwave heavy? I can't remember the name of it with the car.
Yeah, it's basically like Knight Rider.
Yeah.
The font is an 80s font.
No, so dumb and fun at the same time. I recommend that just for the hell of it.
Name of it.
Why not? Yeah.
I remember really wanting to read it.
It was fun. It's straight up an action movie. Chariot, thank you. You guys know me better than I know myself. Thank you so much. Chariot was awesome. Again, not the best thing in the world, but sometimes you got to read fluff stuff like that where it's just action and cool people having sexy times in synthwave space with cars. Yeah, that was weird. They had a digital sex scene in that book in synthwave space. Go check it out.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Kryptonian, I love this out of the left field question. Have you guys watched Detective Pikachu? I avoided it because it felt weird to have Ryan Reynolds' voice coming out of Pikachu. I did. I have the 4K, and I absolutely love it. To me, I'm sorry, Sonic fans. This is the best video game movie adaptation thing.
I love that movie. I've talked about it a few times on on this show, simply because of the fact that, like Gio and like most of us that grew up in the 90s, I grew up with Pokemon. I was there right when that craze hit like crazy, man. So seeing them live action on the big screen and stuff like that was something that, as a kid you always have in your head. I got a little misty eyed when you first start the movie and you see like a live action Cubone. I'm like, holy shit, they actually pulled it off, and it actually looks pretty good. And it's nothing that's gonna win awards or anything like that. But overall, it's fun. It's a Pokemon movie. It is what it is. It's meant to be fun. I think we're getting a live action series of it on Netflix eventually. Isn't that what they said?
That's the rumor. Yeah. And I heard that the second movie is not happening. It got canceled, which just broke my heart.
Yeah.
And I get it because it didn't make like huge amounts of money compared to other movies, but I wanted to see a second movie. But I'd rather have a fully CG, well done show on TV, and you can sort of adapt the video game plot lines with Red and his journey and all that stuff, make it a little bit edgier and serious, like his stories, or maybe the manga adaptation, adapt that to live action. I'm excited for it. I hope they can pull it off.
How are the manga adaptations of the games? Are they completely different? I know they're more violent, right?
Yeah, they take the basic premise of the game and add a couple like characters will behave differently. The gym leaders, for example, some are good guys, where in the video game they might not be as good, or in the anime they might be villains. Here you might see them be good guys. The fighting is completely different, a lot more serious. Like there's that famous panel of, I can't remember which Pokemon it was, but it was cutting down an Arbok, and you literally see Arbok dying because you see his insides. So when they die in that, they die for real. And obviously it has fun with Red and his journey, and his team of Pokemon is totally different than what you would pick, because he's got Pikachu and Poliwrath and what was the other one? Bulbasaur and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different. I recommend reading the manga over watching the anime, honestly, because I'm just tired of Ash in general.
I think Ash won his first tournament. It was like last year or something like that.
He won in the Froakie is in the X and Y series.
Right. He had his Greninja.
Yeah, he almost won the whole thing, and lost at the final fight because of some stupid anime trope or whatever.
Oh no, it was the Orange Islands. He won in the Orange. No, not the Orange Island. The Alola region is where he won.
Yeah, and
Right?
the Alola, yeah. But X and Y, he was very close to winning.
Right. I think I remember that. Yeah.
Rose Gray got my first slab. Nice. Which one?
Great,
Of
congrats.
which comic? I assume we're talking comics, right? Let's see. Don't ask us too many questions about media, because then we won't have a Wednesday show. Honestly, ask us about books and comics, guys. Before we head on to previews.
There's quite a few things this week too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool releases.
Yeah.
It's a shame because I'm out of space for comics, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming out that I wish I could get. Certain Absolute, which looks really cool. Got my copy of the Wonky Man Collector's Edition today. Nice. I want to check that out.
I am super excited for Idris Knuckles. I'm all down with that.
Sonic 2 with Knuckles. The only reason I'm excited for Sonic 2 is because of Tails and Knuckles. Sonic on Earth, not my jam. So I'm not a fan of that movie. I think that's my main gripe with it. I just wanted fully, you could do CG, but just set it on their world and stuff. I didn't need an Earth adventure. That's just my opinion.
Well, it kind of sucks because they keep teasing us with scenes from their dimension, and they just want to do it in Earth. I'm like, no, it sucks here. I hate it here. Let's go over there.
Yeah, there's no reason to not do that, because kids don't want to see that. Kids don't want to go on an adventure with old Cyclops and Sonic on a station wagon van. Like, come on now, that's not exciting. CGC 9.8 of DC Pride #1. It was cheap and Bat Family. Nice.
Okay, hold up. Can we talk about real quick one thing about Peacemaker that stood out to me?
Yeah.
The Batmite.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
came out of
like
nowhere.
that took me off guard. I'm like, well, Batmite is canon. All right, we're doing this.
Batmite, he's already standing for all the different Batmen in the live action universe.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. Now I'm kind of expecting Bat Knight in that Flashpoint movie.
I'm still amazed that a bunch of yelling on the internet got them to change the look of Sonic. I feel noticed, and my life has meaning. That was a proud moment for the internet as a whole, honestly. You were able to voice your opinions, and they changed it. The studio went bankrupt trying to change the design, but hey, you got a cool-looking Sonic as a result.
What was it? The director wasn't even with the original design, right? I think it was like a studio. Was it a studio thing or something? Because I could have swore the director came out and said he wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah.
But I remember that original design was horrifying. Oh my god.
Yeah, pure nightmare fuel. I will give up the point with the Batmite mention. Now we need this. I'm not going to pronounce his name. I always suck at it. The other imp.
Mitzilpidalik? I can never get it right.
Yeah, that's good enough. Let's go with that. It has to be Gilbert Gottfried voicing him. For it to work.
Yes,
or
please.
something, or someone crazy like that with a really famous voice like that.
You know who they'll probably get? The guy they get for all this stuff.
Whom?
Patton Oswalt.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Yeah, I can see that. Although he's already doing a lot of Marvel work. MODOK and spoilers, Pip the Troll.
Yeah, he's doing Pip. Did you finally watch Eternals?
Oh yes, I did. I I we could talk about it on the media show Wednesday. Because
Yeah.
I don't want to bore people with that because I'm just gonna clown on that movie. 'Cause I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Sorry, I liked Gemma Chan. She was amazing in it. Everything else, I could care less for. That's my spoiler-free review of that movie.
I fell asleep twice.
Regarding the Pokemon manga, are the Viz regular-sized comics from the late '90s, early 2000s the main story, or an offshoot, Electric Tail of Pikachu, Electric Pikachu, Boogaloo? Those are a different continuity and have nothing to do with the Pokemon Adventures manga, which is based off the game. The other Pikachu stuff that's based off the anime and with stuff from the games.
Is that manga still going on? They still have a Pokemon manga?
Adventures, not with the Adventures name, but it's still ongoing because they're doing Sword and Shield manga adaptations.
Okay.
But it's not as interconnected as the stuff that we were getting in the oversized manga editions.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. That only crossed over to Leaf Green and Fire Red.
Okay.
So after that, they kind of do like a soft reboot, and it's not as interconnected. Quisp. Was that his name?
Did Aquaman have an imp?
Quisp. But I didn't know if he was a... Yeah. Let me... Quisp was an imp from the fifth dimension who occasionally troubles Aquaman. Pretty funky looking imp. Let me share the picture here. There we go.
Everybody's got an imp.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the character. Kind of looks like a sea monkey, but yeah.
Wow. Hey, man.
Kryptonian. Space Jam on 4K. You refuse to acknowledge the sequel. That was my next question. Okay. How does it look? Because it's a pretty old movie.
I bet the effects are pretty bad on it. I mean, the new Space Jam is not good. I mean, the original wasn't that good either, but we were kids when we watched it, so we loved it.
Oh, yeah. That's Riley's favorite movie. He even has freaking Michael Jordan as his Christmas star decoration.
Mm-hmm. But the new one is not that good.
No, I started watching it and stopped after like 30 minutes in. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I saw an article today on Twitter. It was making the rounds of how people need to, if you're not enjoying something, you should just stop watching it and not have to force yourself to enjoy stuff you don't like. That's my new mentality. I'm like, I don't, this is not for me. I don't like it. Stop.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Unless,
my wife. Huh?
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
No. My wife and I were watching. We started watching Euphoria yesterday, and we got about 20 minutes in, and we said, "We're shutting this off. This is just not for us."
I saw one episode of that, and wasn't for me. No, thank you.
What were you saying?
But I'll watch something to the end if it's for a review or for YouTube. That's different. Like right now, I'm watching some really weird anime. They're not the best, but I'm committed to watching the whole thing because that's what I do on my channel.
Hey, you were the one that toughed it out of all of us and saw all of What If. So
Oh, yeah, because I know a lot of people want to hear about that stuff. So I was glad to do it. Gang, let's do some previews real quick. Let's start with DC before we keep talking about other cool stuff. We're going to share my page here for Lunar. Not a whole lot, honestly. Collected editions, I think it's like 2 books, which is pretty weird and sad. But there's this gem right here, the Absolute Fourth World by Jack Kirby, hardcover, Volume 2 coming out.
Beautiful.
This is something that a lot of people were concerned that was going to get canceled because the first one came out a long time ago, and we have to wait this long. And if you're a fan of the Fourth World, which I am, it's my favorite, one of my favorites from DC. It's pretty cool that you can pretty much get it in any format that you want. There's box sets available. There are hardcovers, standard size. There is a huge ass omnibus that you can get, trade paperbacks, and now absolutes of Jack Kirby's, what I think is Jack Kirby's magnum opus, aside from his Fantastic Four. So, yeah, collecting the later half of all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's going to look great. What else? Single issues. Don't care about that. Don't care about that either.
Would you say you love this more than his Fantastic Four run?
Fourth World? Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough, but I think I do.
Wow.
I like that it's not it's its own thing, and then they weave that into the DC history. But then again, Fantastic Four is one of my favorite teams in comics. It's pretty tough. They're neck and neck, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I do appreciate the world building aspect and the creativeness of the Fourth World. Plus, it was all him. Whereas the Fantastic Four, there were a lot of mandates and, working with partnership with Lee and all the other creators and whatnot. I don't know. Interesting. That's a good question.
I'm curious what you would think, because apparently the Fourth World script for that movie that they were playing, the one that Tom King was working on and a few people were working on, has leaked online. Of course, I haven't seen it, but it's apparently leaked. And if I find it, I'll send it to you because I'm curious what you would think about it.
Nice. That's a shame that movie didn't get made. Because I think that would have caused the impression that they thought Eternals was going to cause for the
I think so.
regular audience.
I think so. I think Fourth World would be easier to swallow than what we got for Eternals, and I think it might have been. We'll talk about all that Wednesday, but for me, just me personally, I think I got Kirby's fan. I've never read it, Fourth World, so that's on you guys. But Kirby's Fantastic Four for me is
it's legendary. I mean, creating the backbone of the Marvel universe like that, you can't take that away from him.
No, you can't. It's crazy.
And I do love that Kirby had the mindset that he knew in one of his final interviews, or late 80s, early 90s, before he passed, that he knew that these characters were larger than everything and they would find new life in different mediums. And he had that hunch, with cartoons and movies and stuff like that. And we're seeing that now in this golden age of superhero movies and stuff.
Right.
But man, I wish we could get Fourth World in live action again.
Yeah.
The other trade that is coming out is Crime Syndicate. This is spinning out of Dark Knight's Death Metal. So with the Multiverse Reborn, Earth 3 pops up again. So this collects Crime Syndicate issues 1 through 6, including backup origin stories for each member of the Syndicate, illustrated by superstar Brian Hitch. And I think that's it for DC, right? Because these are all single issues, more single issues. Yeah, pretty 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 bare bones. Just one trade paperback of Prime Syndicate and Absolute Fourth World by Jack Kirby, Volume 2. Give me a second here. Did you see that the Wonder Girl comic got canceled? Oh, that sucks. That didn't last too long then. Let's see. Let's move on to. Sorry. Previews. Everybody likes previews. So some of the stuff that's coming out, you can find tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at our wonderful sponsor, InStockTrades.com. From Image Comics, we have 3 trade paperbacks. You got Chew Volume 2, Compass Volume 1, and Hey Kids Comics, trade paperback Volume 2, Profits and Loss. Interesting. Dark Horse, just one book, Minecraft Volume 3. IDW has a ton of books here. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Volume 25, Untold Tales.
Jesus.
Yeah, Junk Wraith graphic novel. This is the book that everybody should get. Transformers meets My Little Pony, the magic of Cybertron, and Optimus throwing a peace sign. That's awesome. I love it.
You got to click on that, please.
Yeah. Let me share this. Look at that. And he's doing a winky face. That's awesome.
That is, wow. More ponies, more bots, and more magical mayhem as two worlds collide in the return of the hit crossover event. I'm smelling an Eisner.
Oh, of course. Hell yeah. So definitely get that. Honestly, all kidding aside, it looks fun. Science of Surfing, Surfside Girl's Guide to the Ocean. That looks pretty cool too. Sonic the Hedgehog, Volume 9, Chow Races, or was it Chow or was it Chow, right? The little angel thingy? Chow. Okay. Chow Races and Batnik Bases. I keep forgetting that the books are out, the hardcovers, and I kind of want to splurge and get that. I really want to own some Sonic comics because I always wanted to get the Mega Man crossovers, but those are stupidly out of print and expensive. But this new stuff, I kind of do want to own.
It's a damn shame we don't have an ongoing Mega Man comic.
Yes, that is a crime. Because you think in Mega Man, you can do a lot of stuff comic book wise with him. What is this? Star Wars Adventures: Weapon of a Jedi. TMNT Reborn, Time After Time. And this is another epic crossover, Transformers Back to the Future crossover, trade paperback. They'll just cross over with anybody. Transformers Hardcover Volume 4, Declaration of War is also coming out. DC, we already looked at that. Marvel Comics, you got Amazing Spider-Man Beyond Volume 1 coming out. Hawkeye Epic Collection, Avenging Archer. Miles Morales, All Eyes on Me. You got a new costume, right? Looks pretty interesting. Let's see. Reign of X, trade paperback, Volume 8. I do love the pink hues here. Pretty cool. Spider-Woman, trade paperback, Volume 3, Back to Basics. The art on this book is criminally underrated. People overlook this book, but the art is just phenomenal. Recommended just for the art alone. And X-Men Hellfire Gala Red Carpet Collection hardcover. There are two. The previous cover came out, and this is the standard one. I think Don't quote me on that, but here's the regular edition. And from Boom, Firefly Return to Earth. That was hardcover volume 2. And the others section. You got a bunch of manga that I'm going to skip. I did a video on the stuff that came out in January, so you can check that out. 5 Worlds volume 5, Emerald Gate, softcover and hardcover. All My Friends, same deal, both formats. Art of Sushi, that's nice. Asterisk Omnibus Paper Cuts Edition, Volume 5. And a lot of people are excited for that to get it. I was just playing the beat 'em up game on my arcade cap. Really fun game. And it makes me want to read these comics. So one day I'll indulge and buy the first Omnibus. Let's see, more manga. Bob Fingerman Pariah Redux trade paperback. Funny story. Just say that much. I'm not going to give you guys the satisfaction of hearing me mispronounce stuff. Sumerian hardcover volume 3 from Ablaze. If you don't know, this is the adult version of Conan stories. They can't use the name Conan the Barbarian because of trademark and copyright issues. So it's titled Sumerian. It's a lot bloodier, sexier, and just completely uncensored. Coming back, hardcover and softcover. Complete works of Fonte Bukowski. There you go. Darling Collected Edition trade paperback from Source Point Press. Dolphin Girl, Eye of the Baloney Storm. Sounds a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Essential Judge Dredd, Volume 4, Dredd versus Death. Green Hornet, Skylights. Nope, manga. Incal Deluxe Black and White Edition hardcover. They have milked this series for all it's worth. My God. Standard hardcovers, deluxe edition slipcases, quasi omnibus editions. Now you got a deluxe black and white. Okay. So if you've not read the Incal and you want to check it out black and white, I don't know why you would do so, because I think it looks best with the colors, but it's coming out from Humanoids, deluxe to black and white edition.
Yes,
Space.
They keep trying to get blood out of that stone, man. The inkle stuff. So they keep printing it and printing it and printing it.
Plus, there's the movie that's coming out eventually.
Right.
So
with Taika.
The Loud House guessing game. Sorry, and Love Out Loud special. More manga. Magical Boy. I don't know what that is. A lot of people are excited for this thing. It's expensive, guys. I'll come back to it in a bit. Miles to Go from Aftershock Comics. Monday. Rivers of London. Monday. That's weird. Moonlake. Oh, look at that. Moonlake. I still need to read that. That was recommended to us a while ago, months ago. Murcielago, that's a manga. Hey, here we go. Number 5, volume 3. The penultimate volume. More manga. Owly, Time to Be Brave. That's cute. PS Art Books Planet Comics Softy edition. Oh, we were just talking about Pokemon Adventures. Here's X and Y, volume 1. Dragon Empire, volume 3. Rivers of London, 4-6 box set. Runes Collected Edition. And I know we're not talking about manga, but I highly recommend, if you haven't, I highly recommend you check out Record of Ragnarok. If you like high testosterone action with amazing artwork and just kick-ass fights with a really wacky, epic premise, you're going to enjoy this. Basically, the gods of the pantheon of gods, they're tired of humanity and how we've abused and destroyed this planet and all that stuff. So they're going to get rid of all of us. And I think it was one of the Valkyries suggests that they host a tournament with the strongest humans in the planet against the strongest gods. And if the humans can somehow win, the Earth will not be destroyed and humanity will be spared. So it's a huge tournament with crazy powers and all that stuff. Just really awesome art. Don't watch the anime because it was pretty terrible, but the manga is pretty solid.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I think you were talking to Gabe earlier on
Yeah.
in the day about this one.
Yeah,
And
I
it sounds
think I
pretty
sold him
badass.
on it. I think I sold him on it. I'm excited.
Yeah, it sounds pretty badass. I mean, I'm going to be rooting for the gods because let's just burn this thing down. Let's just start over.
Yeah, let's get a do-over. More manga. Lots of manga. Thunder, yeah. Toilet Bound. It's all manga, guys. From
Yeah.
Xenoscope, Unbound, manga, and that's it. A lot of manga.
Man.
So if I were to recommend something for you guys to check out, to buy this week, again, Record of Ragnarok, give it a shot. You'll dig it. Oops. Number 5, if you're into manga. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. I'll open a new tab for it.
Jesus Christ, $200.
Yeah, it's expensive, but I've seen some pictures and it looks really cool. Or actually, I saw a TikTok video of all things.
What is it?
It's like a high-end boutique cinema style reproduction of the original Spider-Man issues from Lee and Ditko.
That's cool.
It's like a super omnibus with I think it has the original ads and everything's been completely remastered and it looks really cool. Just really expensive.
That's awesome. And you know what's going to happen is they're going to get all you nerds to buy these again because that's probably where they're going to go with it from now on. If this sells well, they're going to do more of these deluxe editions of that because they will sell you the same books with a little bit of extra content on it. And you guys will pay up for it, I'm sure.
Next year is the anniversary for X-Men. Wouldn't surprise me if they do an X-Men edition.
Mm-hmm.
So another book I would recommend is the Spider-Woman book. A lot of fun there. I can't talk about X-Men because I don't read that. Sorry. And TMNT is always solid. I recommend that. Sonic's fun. And Chew. Yeah, I got Chew too. And the Absolute Volume 2, Fourth World. So here is the book. Marvel Comics Library, Hardcover Volume 1, Spider-Man. From Taschen, America? I hope I said that right. This double XL sized volume collects the classic first 21 stories of the famous web slinger from 62 to 64. The most pristine, pedigreed comics have been cracked open and photographed for reproduction in close collaboration with Marvel and Certified Guarantee Company. With an in-depth historical essay by Ralph Macchio, original art, rare photographs, and other gems, 698 pages of wall-crawling wonder will make anyone's spider sense tingle with anticipation. That got really kinky by the end.
Wait, is this the Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid?
No, not the Karate Kid, unfortunately.
I'm less interested now.
So I'm pretty sure they're going to do a full series of Marvel heroes in this format, guys, because look at the bottom. It's ripe for that treatment. It says 62 to 64 Taschen, or however you pronounce it. Just imagine X-Men, Hulk, Avengers, Captain America, blah, blah, blah. It's going to happen.
And this is only 21 issues and of the Lee and Ditko stuff. So let's say they do another one, they'd have to put in a little bit more, so that'll get you through the Lee and Ditko stuff. So this is probably going to be 2 volumes, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'd be kind of ticked, to be honest with you, if I was an omnibus collector, because I'd want this. I'd seriously consider selling my editions. This just seems like the next step up, right? Because they're gonna figure out a way to nickel and dime you for these stories again. They have to. That's basic business. But this looks really nice. This looks really premium.
So here are some pictures from Sideshow. You can sort of see how big it is, too.
Man. Yeah, this kicks the ass out of the other ones.
So, yeah. I don't know. I think it's expensive, but people are going to buy it either way. So.
Oh, yeah, this is going to sell out. Not right away. I don't think it'll sell out right away, but I think I would buy this sooner rather than later if I had to have it. Thankfully, I don't. But yeah, that bad boy is going to sell out.
I think the newsprint style paper is a big selling feature for people. Yeah. Thanks, more than I'm willing to pay. Yeah, out of my price range at least. Taschen always makes good books. Most of my design books are from them. Nice.
Yeah. Well, some of your favorite YouTubers, I'm sure, will have it, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, I've read the whole thing," and they've cracked the book open once. That's it. It'll sit on their shelf along with all the other 80,000 books that they've got on their shelves.
Sounds like some good manly manga to balance out my shoujo reading. That's awesome, Big Elmer Crud. More shoujo reading, please. Because everybody's always about like shonen stuff and fighting and all that stuff, but shoujo books, they have some really killer storylines. I think the Dark Victory Deluxe Edition is supposed to come out this week. Let me check on that real quick. Because it wasn't on the Lunar thing. Let me check our listing for InStockTrades.com. Your home for all things collected editions, up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. Your home for all types of books, whether it be an omnibus, hardcover, trade paperbacks, all that fun stuff. You get it at InStockTrades.com. Of course, your number one source for omnibus and collected editions. And let me remind you guys that at the end of the month, we're going to do a $50 gift card giveaway courtesy of our wonderful sponsor. That's InStockTrades.com. There you go.
Well,
Give me
that's
1 second here.
Do we know if that Spidey book is going to be on IST?
That is what I am going to look at right now. Just making sure. Completely improvised. Inferno. No, not Inferno. Huh. How do I do this? Open like a new tab. Oh. Okay. I'm looking. I don't think it's listed. Give me a second.
I'm just kind of
Absolute. Oh, wait a minute. Amazing Spider-Man. Is that it? Give me a second here. Let me download the freaking file. Okay. So, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can log in to In-Stock Trades and place your orders, all that fun stuff. Absolute Fourth World will be there. Volume 2. Batman, The Long Halloween Deluxe Edition. I forgot. Yep, that is coming out. It wasn't on the Lunar page, so I do apologize. I don't have the picture for it, but yes, Batman, The Long Halloween Deluxe Edition is scheduled to come out. Essential, Judge Dredd, The Hawkeye, House Paradise, Miles Morales, number 5, blah, 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 blah. Savage Sword, Conan, original Marvel Years Omnibus. I wasn't on the list. Volume 6, the regular and the DM variant. I don't see the Spider-Man book. Spider-Woman trade paperback volume 3. I read that. Mm, Amazing Spider-Man Beyond. So no, it doesn't look like it's going to be on there. Although previews, I don't know why they listed it on tomorrow's list because it says uh, February 2nd. So I don't know. Maybe it got pushed back. Well, to answer the question, Andrew, yes, Dark Victory Deluxe Edition will be out tomorrow at InStockTrades.com. Oh my God, Joe. Taschen is taking pre-orders for a $600 collector's slipcase edition. How much do you love that story? Those stories, honestly.
There are people that'll pay it, and they know.
Oh, I know, but like, for the average man, for the average Joe, how much do you love Amazing Spider-Man that you're willing to fork down $600, where you can just own them in trades, Epic Collections, Omnibus, but do you just own?
Read it for free practically on Marvel Unlimited.
You can read it for free, legally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that ASM book has the completely restored pages. I heard it might have the original ads in the book, but I'm not 100% sure. For hardcore Spidey fans, this will be nice. Yeah, hardcore Spidey fans will allow a lot of money because I do consider myself a hardcore Spider-Man fan. Mm-hmm. I grew up reading Spider-Man books, but I'm not gonna buy that.
You had the 200. If you had the 200, if you had the 200s laying there, you'd probably, if you had the extra cash, right? You consider it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. And then I make 100 YouTube videos out of it and get a lot of clicks. I have the Omnibus, and that is all I need. I do too. I have almost all the, well, not almost all, but I have some of the Spider-Man Omnibus. All right, gang, we're nearly done. Couple, 2 more minutes, and we can wrap it up. If you guys got any random questions, drop them now in the chat. Didn't they do a Sonic Mega Man crossover? Yes. Super out of print. License expired on that, and if you have that trade paperback, keep it, or you can sell it for a lot of money on the aftermarket. Because last I saw, it was going for more than $100 for the chunky trade.
Wow.
I think I've seen that most of the people who say they're getting that only like Spider-Man and don't collect anything else. In that case, it is not so bad. Yeah, it's sort of like your big. Coffee. Sorry about that. It looks super cool. That's what I said at the end. New Batgirl movie costume. I think it looks awesome, and people are blowing things out of proportion because it's just a still photography of a movie that's not out yet.
I think she looks great.
Look back at all the superhero movies, at all the costumes that came out, and the first looks, and everybody was clowning on them. And then when the movie comes out, oh, that actually looked pretty cool, because it's a photograph of a not edited and none of that. It's just a little preview. Like, calm down. But I think it looks awesome. It's the Burnside Babs version, which is a great costume, and yeah, looking forward to it. Oh, this is very important. Kryptonian. I'll be turning 29 this Saturday, and I got to be honest, I hate the thought of being 30.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's weird because you've spent a whole decade, right, under the 20s, and now you're moving up to the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that bad. I'm going on 35 this year, so it's all right. If I can do it, you can do it too.
33, man. And to be honest with you, my 30s have probably been the best years so far.
So happy birthday, Kryptonian. We're not going to be here on Saturday to celebrate with you, but happy birthday. All right, gang. If there are no more questions, that's about it. That's all we got. Thank you to our wonderful sponsor, In Stock Trades, for making it happen. You can find me on A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga and all that fun stuff. How about you, Comics Guide? Right there, over there. I can't point. There we go. Right there.
Right. Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and Comics Guide 101 on YouTube is where you can find me. Also, this Saturday, Gabe and I will be doing the Patreon Hangout. Patreon, down below in the description, patreon.com/omnibroslive, where for $5 a month, you can join Gabe and I just to shoot the shit, kind of like what me and Gio are doing right now, only you will be part of the actual conversation. So you get to talk to us more of a one-on-one basis. And for those of you out there that miss Gabe, he does the show with me once a month, and we kind of chit-chat, catch up on things. We're going to have a few things to talk about this Saturday. That's at 8 o'clock, and that can be found in the description below. For $5 a month, man, can't beat it. And you get hours and hours of content because you also get the back catalog of all the stuff that we've done. We're going on over a year at this point, so there's a lot of stuff there to go back on and watch.
Yeah. And that's that. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back Wednesday, where we talk about media night, basically movies, TV, video games, comics, all that fun stuff, Q&A. And then Thursday will be manga night, I think, or not. You have to stick around for that. And that's the schedule for now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Stay safe. Catch you guys on the next stream.